Best signing your club has ever made since you've been supporting?
Woo. This question,
Because you guys have had a lot of signings,
mm.
particularly for me.
Obviously the outrageous one, the obvious one is Ronaldo, because people don't really understand that Ronaldo signing. For my opinion, I think Ronaldo is the greatest signing that happened in football history. The greatest signing. Looking at where Madrid was, what he did in those nine.
Say is the worst signing then.
Oh, don't let me call that guy's name. You want to
let me guess. Let me guess. Let me guess.
Yes.
He's Belgian.
Yes.
He usually comes out in low cuts. He's got big bum.
Mr. Hazard.
Damn it.
I would call him my worst signing because since I started supporting Madrid because one of the expectation, because obviously we watch Premier League games also as a La Liga fan. We also watch Premier League games because of banter sake. And choose one person. Who will that person be?
Oh, for me, definitely Bruno Fernandes.
Okay.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah. So mine is Ronaldo.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes.
Worst
signing, I've got a ton of people to call.
I know.
A ton of people to call.
A laundry list.
Including current employees. But if I'm to give it to anyone, I'd say Alexis Sanchez.
Sanchez? Wow.
Alexis Sanchez is probably the worst bit of business that United has ever done.
Why?
He was a player we did not need.
Yeah.
A player that we did not need. We then ended up giving away a player that we needed.
Yeah, for him.
To get a player that we did not need.
Yeah.
Put him on exorbitant fees.
Yeah.
For wages. Gave him an iconic number only for him to flop.
Yeah.
And then had problems shipping him off.
Oh.
When it came down to it.
Mr. Sanchez.
Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to the first episode of Passion of Football Worldwide. My name is Nonso. With me here is my co-instigator, Olamide. He's a Madrid fan, Real Madrid, not Atletico. And here we are just going to introduce ourselves and let you guys know what we are up to. And in coming weeks, months, and years to come, you will be here every single week to laugh your asses out and to enjoy football as it should be. So, welcome again to the studio, Olamide. It's always nice to be here with you, man. What's going on?
Welcome. It's been a long time, and this should have been something that we should have been doing, but I think I'm going to make these people have a good time with good football opinions, authentic reactions, So let's go for the ride.
Is that so?
Very
okay, that's so. So maybe we could just start off simply. We could talk about how we fell in love with the clubs that we are currently supporting. Or basically just the background of like our football walk. How we've gone through life with football to where we are right now. Like who you supported from a little child, and the breakups you've had with the other football clubs and how you got to where you are at this point in time, and whether you see yourself supporting them in the foreseeable future. I know there are some people that will not want to support their clubs for the foreseeable future, but we'll get to that shortly.
If you ask me, I can't really put my hands on the first time I really started watching or have any love for football. But I can say at least maybe from age 7, 8 years old. Yeah, that's when I was being conscious of I love this sport and I really want to play the sports. Supporting Real Madrid. Yeah, it has been up to almost 2 decades now supporting that very great club. So it's I'm honored to support that club with different victories, different heartbreaks, and we are still strong. We are supporting. Yeah. So we are going.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, now. Well, for me, I started watching football in 2007, just after the 2006 World Cup in Germany. So the whole Zidane shebang, I missed that whole thing. I did not see the headbutts. I had no idea that such a beautiful sport existed. But school, then everyone was talking about which club they are supporting, what club they are supporting, and I got drawn to Barcelona.
Wow.
I
My
got drawn.
rival.
I got drawn to Barcelona, yeah,
Woo!
because they had pretty jersey
Yeah.
and they had Ronaldinho in the
Yeah.
team. So like Ronaldinho,
The guy that made
very
us love.
yeah, very entertaining player. Everybody wanted to do what he did.
Yeah.
Snake bites
Yeah.
and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
But I then watched Barcelona versus Man United in
Yeah.
the Champions League the next year,
Okay.
2008. It was one of the first. It's a core memory for me. It's one of the first football matches I ever saw.
Wow.
Like one of the
Okay.
first. If I'm saying, I won't say it's the first,
Yeah.
but like if I'm counting the first matches I saw in my life,
Okay.
that would count as one of the first set of matches I saw.
Okay.
So watching United go kilometer for kilometer of Barcelona was insane.
Okay.
And then watching that school screamer was just
Woo! Not yet.
because I was like,
Wait.
right, whoever these people are
Yeah.
that can beat Barcelona, I think I want to be there.
Yeah.
And it's been one of the most toxic relationships I've been in my life. And I know for someone who champions people leaving toxic relationships,
Yeah.
I can't seem to leave Man United.
That's very good.
I've seen the highs, the
Yeah.
highest highs.
Yeah.
I mean, like 2008 up until 2013,
Yeah.
and then the brief moments of euphoria where it looks like we're coming back. When we knocked out Olympiacos after losing the first leg 2-0, to knocking PSG out, up until when Januzaj broke out from the academy, when
good player.
Pogba came back, when we got to the Europa League final under Ole. A lot of those moments have just been there.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I just can't seem to see to myself, like, it's about time you go.
Yeah.
But I love Man United, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have it any other way. I can't see myself supporting another club.
That's a good story because me supporting Real Madrid, I can remember vividly. I had an uncle that was from Spain. He was living in Madrid for I think up to 20 years. He was living in Madrid for those years. Then anytime he comes to Nigeria, I can remember vividly. He brings Madrid balls, the jerseys, and everything. And he always brings this jersey from Rahul and some couple of players also. So I was like, oh. And that time I was playing football, but not really interested in watching the games. But I don't really know. So he was always telling me, oh, okay, this club is the club to support. I was like, oh, this white, the white just showed me like, oh, white. Everybody loves that color, white. So I was like, oh, let me see this club. So I started going on those days of cyber cafes, doing my research, taking my money, stealing money to watch, to check about Real Madrid.
Mommy Ola, please don't be offended.
So I was stealing to check to make sure, okay, to watch those games and to make sure, okay, I browse to know about the history of this big heritage. Because that time people were always saying, oh, this club is very big, or in Champions League. And that time I don't even know what Champions League was. So I've never watched those Champions League games from that time, 2006. So I've never even watched any Madrid Champions League. I was already watching the league, couple of league games. So I was like, that time I think Fabio Capello was a coach at that time. So I was watching few games. Then I think 2006, 2007 season was when I started following Madrid, like as a fan. I started making sure, okay, I watch games, even if we're not having a lot of opportunities to see those games. But I was actually, looking forward to those games. And we always had a lot of good players. And anytime I try to check about most players and I check on the internet, majority of them either play for Madrid or are in my club. I was like, oh, this club might be something big. You understand? So that was how
biggest club in the world.
From that time till now, almost 20 years going now, the club is still having those kind of players.
Biggest club in the world for a reason, Madrid. No matter how we want to look at it, I mean, we Man United fans may be the biggest club in England, and we at Madrid, we also have a very nice working relationship where they take our best players and we take their finished players. It's a match made in heaven. Hala GGMU.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Allah GGMU.
Yeah.
So since you started supporting Real Madrid, what season would you say is your most memorable one?
My most memorable season, surprisingly, we didn't even win the league that year, 2013-2014 season.
Right.
So I think Atletico won the league.
Was it the Ramos
The
Champions
Ramos,
League final
that moment,
equalizer?
That moment.
Yeah, that was the year.
That was the year I was proud to support Real Madrid,
That was the
because
year.
that time I was like, I know they scored us first in that game. We considered a goal. I think it's early goal. We considered an early goal. I think 23rd or 24 minutes. I don't know.
It was early in the first half.
Yeah, early in the first half by Gordon. After a terrible mistake, I was like, oh no. And Madrid has always been waiting for a long time to actually win that 10th Champions League, and we have been craving, because supporting that club since growing up, people were saying, this club is a club of Champions League. But when I started following the Champions League, we're not going that far. You know, it was like a transitional period, looking for the next set of player that's going to because Raul, when I started supporting, Raul was already getting old already. So we were looking for that player and that moment to make sure we stamp ourselves in this Champions League. But it didn't come till that 2014 moment. And when Ramos scored that goal, I lost my voice that night. I got beaten that night. Everything happened to me that night. But even I cannot exchange anything in this life for that moment. Nah, that moment made me happy. Like, oh God, I'm supporting the club.
Yeah.
No. So what about you as a United fan?
My most memorable season since I started supporting the club. I can give off the top of my head two, and it's probably going to sound mediocre because in those seasons we didn't win the league. We didn't win the league in any of those seasons, but it was good stuff.
Okay.
One would be the first season, Mourinho's first season.
Wow.
When he came and got Mkhitaryan and Pogba and Zlatan and Eric Bailly.
Okay.
United finished 6th in the league.
The most memorable season for you.
We finished 6th in the league that season, yeah. But we won 3 trophies.
Okay.
Because, matter of factly speaking, maybe we could have finished higher in the league or something.
Okay.
But Mourinho chose to give up on the league and focused all his energy on the Europa League.
Yeah.
It was a two-edged sword that could have backfired.
Okay.
But that season was insane because United just continued to bring something that I hadn't seen in a very long time back, which was the fact that until that final whistle goes, you are not sure how this game is going to end.
Yeah.
Because we beat United 1-0, and then someone somewhere just gets a spark of madness, and then we draw.
Yeah.
It was that season.
I can remember that season clearly.
United fans, that season, all of us turned into Ogbono. All of us loved Ogbono that season. We began to love Ogbono by force. We began to love Ogbono. We didn't even want too much. Just give us draw. We are okay. United. But somehow we escaped that season with a Community Shield, with a Carabao Cup, and the Europa League. Insane stuff.
Okay.
Very insane stuff. Now, the second season I could say was close to that was the lockdown season, where we finished 2nd behind City. Of course, we didn't win anything that season.
It's not the only season.
We didn't win anything that season because we finished behind City twice.
Yeah.
One under Mourinho, in Mourinho's second season, we finished 19 points behind them. That was the season of the Centurions.
Yeah, Centurions. That was one of the best Premier League teams.
Yeah, one of the best Premier League teams.
Yeah.
That's like undisputed. Yeah. Because if not for them, we would have won the league.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
It happens. We can't keep using excuses like that. But that lockdown season, lockdown season where we started the season with a loss to Crystal Palace at home.
Yeah.
That was the season we bought Van de Beek.
Okay.
That season, the football we played that season was immaculate. I think that was when we went on the unbeaten away run.
Yeah.
And stuff. We ended the season after that also.
Okay.
It was insane. United were the team to watch many times because you just knew that even if they scored United a goal, they scored United 2 goals, and United was away, especially if they were in that zebra kit, you just knew that goal or those two goals were the wake-up call United needed to wake up and win the game.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Mm.
So like those 2 seasons were like the seasons that, like, they had me on the edge of my seat as a United fan. And I just say this term, like, since I started supporting, because when they were still winning leagues around the 2009, 2010, 2013, thereabout, I was still in secondary school, so I couldn't watch all the games, and I wasn't into football as I am now.
Okay.
So I just knew, well, as a United fan then, they'd be like, oh, you guys played over the weekend. How many goals did we win by?
Yeah.
Those were the questions we were asking.
Memories.
Because United fans never really cared about football then. We would just ask, okay, we played. How many goals did Ronaldo score? How many goals did we win by? Those were the questions we were asking.
Yeah.
And like now, we start asking questions like, we played? How many did they beat us?
See the transition from that level.
Yeah, it's insane stuff, but it is what it is. You take what you take.
Yeah.
You take what you get.
Yeah.
So, on another note, who is the best signing your club has ever made since you've been supporting?
This question,
Because you guys have had a lot of signings, particularly from me.
Obviously, the outrageous one, the obvious one is Ronaldo. Because people don't really understand that Ronaldo signing. For my opinion, I think Ronaldo is the greatest signing that happened in football history. The greatest signing. Looking at where Madrid was, what he did in those 9 years, and what the amount of just the things he was able to do for us.
I mean, we've had lots of other signings.
Yeah,
I think that's already a big controversial claim already. That's the best signing ever made.
It's the best signing because I can't really have my hands around any signing that is that impactful. Within those 9 years, because people forget that Raul stayed for more than
I mean, we've had people
14 seasons.
We've had people like. And not to get me wrong, this isn't to undermine Cristiano Ronaldo in any way, but I mean, there have been very inspirational signings that have been made over the years. You could look at Kante from Caen to Leicester, from Leicester to Chelsea. Moving to those two teams, in those two moves, he won the league twice.
Yeah, but not that level, because you know what?
It's still insane for a defensive midfielder.
It's insane, but I always put Kante in.
And then there's Eto, who won back-to-back trebles with one transfer.
Yeah.
So
but if you look at I'm speaking from the angle of the whole totality of 9 years staying in the club. 2009, 2010.
Like long-term impact.
The whole period of 450 goals in 438 games. He
outscored his appearances.
That's the thing. He has more goals than appearances, more than every Madrid legend that have those goals. More than every Madrid legend that have those goals. And with the 4 champions, because we signed Ronaldo because of the Champions League.
Yep.
We said, because people always, obviously, as a Madrid fan, having that tag of, Mr. Champions League, but after we won our first 5 Champions Leagues, or let me say first 6, it took us 32 years before we won the next one in 98. Then after 2002, it took us another 12 years before we won 10th one, La Decima. So then after Ronaldo signing, we won 3 straight, and then 1-1 against Atletico Madrid. So
and then even after he's gone, you guys have still won another 2.
So that's the thing, like that's why I say another 2, yeah. That's why I say it's the most impactful signing, the best signing that any club has made. If you look at the stat and what he gave us within those 9 years, I don't see any signing for any club that has done that for me.
So who would you say is the worst signing then?
Oh, don't let me call that guy's name. You want to
Let me guess. Let me guess.
Yes.
He's Belgian.
Yes.
He usually comes out in low cuts. He's got big bum.
Mr. Hazard. I would call him my worst signing because since I started supporting Madrid because one of the expectation, because obviously we watch Premier League games also. As a La Liga fan, we also watch Premier League games because of banter sake. And obviously for just the love of football, we also watch those games. What the expectation I had for Hazard, nothing coming to surpass or do what Ronaldo did for us. But at least expecting at least 20 GA. You understand? Every season. You should be capable of 20 GA.
I mean, for a player bought for that amount of money? Because
Ah.
it was a shitload of money.
Yeah.
It was a shitload of money.
Ah.
So I mean,
So
that's more than, I think it's about the same region of money that Barcelona paid for Griezmann.
why not? It's almost the same. So and it was like he came into the club. Firstly, I don't want to even go around everything about that. So we're going to stay here.
Let's just leave
Yeah, let's
Hazard
just
as
leave
the
it
worst
alone.
signing.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's
So
all
what
right.
about you? The
Best?
the best signing your club has ever made.
Oh, since I've been supporting.
Yeah.
Right. I'm torn.
Yeah.
I could say Van Persie.
Ooh.
I could say Van Persie
Ooh.
because came from Arsenal.
Better than Ronaldo signing.
I wasn't. Ronaldo was signed way before I started supporting
Okay,
the club.
okay, yeah,
He signed way before I
yeah.
started
Okay,
supporting
yeah,
the
that's
club.
true, that's true.
So Van Persie is one person I could see.
What about Bruno Fernandes?
I'll get there because I'm the biggest Bruno Fernandes fan out there.
Yeah,
Anywhere they are calling goated midfielders, creative minds,
he's there.
broken geniuses,
He's there.
I bring forward my terrorists.
He's there.
Because he must be there.
He must be there.
There's no how you want to call geniuses of football.
Woo.
People that can create something out of nothing from the middle of the field
Okay.
and they bleed the club. They wear the club's badge.
Yeah.
They carry the club's matter on their head.
Yeah.
There's no how you bring players out, and I will not bring out Bruno Fernandes.
I respect Bruno for
Bruno
that.
Grenandes, as I fondly call him, because he's always throwing grenades.
Yeah.
Sometimes when he just wants to piss me off, he just throws bomb. You get a bomb, you get a bomb, you get a bomb.
Yeah.
His passing accuracy may not be the best,
Yeah.
but that
That's
boy
one-
can create.
Yeah, that's one thing
That
I
boy
always
can
hold
create.
against him, because obviously with the statistics, obviously you can see the numbers, and obviously as a midfielder having those kind of goals and assists.
Mm-hmm.
But most of the time, the eye test when you watch the games is my problem for Bruno, because I think when you see him in the games, the kind amount of passes, what he does, the balls he misses and everything concerning. So and obviously me, I've been spoiled with a lot of good midfielders in my club. So
But of course,
I've seen a lot of good midfielders. So when I see
we
Bruno,
still have one of yours.
yeah,
He looks like he's remembered what is really inside him. It's not a puppy, it's that dog, that Rottweiler. He's back. He's back.
yeah. So, but I respect Bruno, because when you have to me, I think the best asset a player can have is to be available.
That is true.
And that is one thing I love Bruno for. People might say he complains a lot, he does this, he does that. But when you talk about a player that loves the game, that likes to be available, that really wants to win, that can do something out of nothing, that's Bruno.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he deserves all the praise.
But yeah, if you ask me, it's between Van Persie,
yeah,
Bruno Fernandes, and might be a bit of a stretch, but I really liked the signing because he came out of nowhere.
yeah.
Edinson Cavani
Oh, okay.
/ Zlatan
Underrated striker.
Ibrahimovic
Yeah,
/ Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
yeah.
I could put Pogba in it, but Pogba came to United at the wrong time.
Okay.
If Pogba had come to United 2 seasons after when he came,
Yeah.
it'd be a different narrative around him.
Okay.
I'm very sure. Because Pogba didn't do badly in Manchester.
Yeah.
He didn't do badly. We held him to insanely high standards that he did not achieve in Juventus.
Yeah.
His best statistical seasons were in United.
United. Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, it's the English Premier League. This is the stage where everybody can watch you
Yeah.
on a regular basis at every point in time. And obviously, he'd already been given the tag of the most expensive footballer in the world. So there's lots of pressure.
I think people had problem with the price tag. So the expectations for Pogba was too much. People were expecting goals and assists from him. And when he was in Juventus,
He wasn't doing that.
yeah, he wasn't doing that. Having those
wasn't doing
numbers,
that.
so I think a lot of people had a lot of expectations for Pogba. So
And that's why this tweet I saw is continuing to make sense to me, where the
Yeah.
person said Pogba walked so that the likes of
Mine-
Caicedo,
Okay.
Enzo, and other 100 million players in the league
Yeah.
can have a free pass and do anything.
Yeah.
Because there are so many players right now, you call the exorbitant amount of money that they paid for them. They don't get even quarter the criticism
Yeah.
that Pogba got.
Oh no, that's true.
So it's insane.
Yeah.
which is why I can't put him as one of the best signings I've seen.
Yeah.
But Pogba, my God, what a player he
Yeah,
was.
he was a talent.
What a,
Talent.
what a
Talent.
player
Talent.
he was. What a player
Talent.
he
He
was.
was.
But
I
yeah,
think.
my best three signings would be one of these three.
Yeah.
The
But
Van Persie
if you want to
signing.
choose one person, who will that person be?
Oh, for me, definitely Bruno Fernandes.
Okay.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah. So mine is Ronaldo.
Yeah, Bruno
Yeah.
Fernandes.
We have-
Worst signing, I've got a ton of people to
I
call.
know.
I've
Long
got a
list.
ton of people to
A
call.
laundry list.
Including current employees. But if I'm to give it to anyone, I'd say Alexis Sanchez.
Sanchez. Wow.
Alexis
No,
Sanchez
okay,
Alexis Sanchez is probably the worst bit of business that United has ever done.
Why?
He was
Why
a player we did not need.
Yeah.
A player that we did not need. We then ended up giving away a player that we needed
Yeah, for him.
to get a player that we did not need.
Yeah. Well,
Put him on exorbitant fees
yeah.
for wages. Gave him an iconic number only for
Yeah.
him to flop.
Yeah.
And then had problems shipping him off
Oh,
when it came down to it.
Mr. Sanchez.
The completely worst signing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh.
He had his moments.
Yeah.
He had his moments.
That's what I'm trying to say.
He had his moments.
If you
And of
remember-
course, every bad signing has their moments.
Yeah.
There's no signing that has not. I mean, you can look at people like Mudryk. Mudryk has had his moments. Anthony has had his moments. Vegas has had his moments. Hazard had his moments. Bebe had
Yeah.
his moments.
Even
Gabriel Obatan had his moments. Everyone has their moments.
Pepe.
It doesn't mean you're not a bad signing.
Yeah.
Sanchez was, for me, pound for pound, the worst signing I've ever seen.
Sanchez and Anthony. Who do you think is the worst signing?
But Anthony's still here.
Yeah.
Anthony's still here.
Yeah.
And he's only played,
Yeah.
2 seasons.
Yeah.
He's only played 2 seasons. And, it's been a bit
So,
dysfunctional because
the
last season was very dysfunctional for the team. So
Yeah.
I can't say
Yeah.
that, outrightly he's the worst signing.
Yeah.
We paid stupid money for him.
Yeah, that's what
because
I'm saying.
The
Because
board
the
was
price tag.
the board was incompetent. They could have gotten him earlier in the window. They didn't. They waited till later in the window when lots of players had already left Ajax then. And then Ajax decided to play hardball, and then the club accepted it like that.
What?
So it's an exorbitant fee. The wages aren't too bad. The player himself, he's not very likable.
No.
But he's got work rate. You can see that he clearly loves the club and he's running up and down. I don't like him personally.
Yeah.
I don't like him
Because-
personally. But I think there's a player there. Because
Yeah.
if you look at the highlights, you can see, there's a player here. And he's only 24. So there's still time.
Yeah, that's
And with the signings made this season, I believe he should. This should be his make or break season, in my honest opinion.
Yeah,
This should be his make or break season.
that is exactly my next point, because I think when you speak about a Brazilian winger, what the expectation from a Brazilian winger, but I don't even know.
I mean, we've got 2 false ones in the league already. We have Anthony on one side, and then we look in London, we got Martinelli on the other
You
side as
understand?
well.
So
Just horrible breed of wingers.
so
at this
that's
point.
what I'm saying. When you,
There's Martinelli, there's Anthony, there's Rafinha.
yeah. So that's what I think, because when you spend over 100, how many millions? Yeah,
95 million
So
euros.
for a winger, and he can't even, as in the pure ability and what you expect from a winger, an average winger, just to be able to beat your man, give good passes, just because he lacks all. He lacks all.
You tell your winger, may he beat him, man. If he dance, go.
So
Okay.
that's the thing.
Okay.
So it's just painful. But hopefully this season is steps up, because we saw the message. He said that this season we are going to be seeing his name in goals and assists. So hopefully
We'll be there.
we'll be there to see. Yeah.
Prediction for your club finishing this season, position, league.
This is what I was waiting for. The time and the moment I've been waiting for. With the signing, with the signings my club has made, because we won the league and Champions League and the Super Cup, and the reward was Mbappe.
Well deserved reward.
So obviously there are fan bases that are expecting a treble season, back-to-back Champions League. But me, what I want this season, what I'm expecting is at least retaining the league and the Champions League. Even if he doesn't give me the treble, or at least the treble should fall out within his first 5 seasons.
And as you are retaining the league and Champions League, you
So-
also want to step on the neck of your enemies.
You know them. So from the other side, the
In that-
Catalans,
exactly.
I will keep those ones. So I'm going to harm them. So that's the thing. But I just want at least from Mbappe and the club, everybody retain the league and the Champions League, and Mbappe at least close to 40 goals on G.
No, it doesn't look like it's all order for Kylian Mbappe.
No.
It doesn't look like it.
Because obviously I think because of the Euros, the performance from the Euros, people are beginning to disrespect and undermine the talents of that guy. People are forgetting very soon that guy, within how many years, as young as he is, PSG all-time scorer, he goes in the World Cup finals.
He's won the World Cup already.
The accomplishment that man has had in before 25, 26, a lot of goats didn't have that. So I think he is miles above a lot of the players now. Maybe just Vinny. That's the only player I can call in that same level as a player. But let's see. Let's hopefully this is.
Do you think the chemistry between Vinicius Junior and Mbappe, because those two are guaranteed starters already in that system,
Yes.
if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Of course, there's Bellingham and his box crashing and everything, which is another conversation we'll get into.
Yeah.
But whoever is going to play that right wing between Arda Güler, Brahim Diaz, or Rodrigo Goes,
Yeah.
do you see that chemistry getting built up very quickly between those four or three if it comes down to it? Because it looks like this summer as a whole, Madrid as a whole, and many Madrid fan pages have just been kind of leaving Rodrigo out of these things, which is
I don't know how you.
It's a bit weird.
I don't know how you knew or how you get to know this stuff that about Rodrigo, because this was my next point. Because that's one thing about football fans, we forget very easily. You understand? People, they forget easily, like what this player have done. Or Rodrigo is, to me, should be a sure starter in that club, because in as much as Vinny is a player, is the best player in the team before Mbappe joining, Rodrigo is that guy that you can bank on. He's that guy, not injury prone. I can't even remember the last time he got injured. Since this should be his 6th season now, and I can't remember how many times Rodrigo gets injured in a season. So, but the stuff is just, it's Ancelotti. He's the best man for that job. He knows how to handle those players, and what I expect from those guys is a very good synergy in that attack, changing positions. Mbappe in the right wing, left wing, Vini going to the middle, just making sure they destabilize and confuse the defense of our opponent. So I don't see it as a problem. I always see it as a problem if it was another coach. But having Ancelotti, I'm okay.
Yeah, he does look like someone who'd be able to manage all the egos and everything.
Everybody, your ego will be left in your house when you come to Madrid.
Well, I mean, it's Madrid.
Yeah, so we don't.
No matter how big an ego you have, it's not bigger than Madrid.
It's not bigger. So that's the thing. So I expect all of them to work fine, at least for this season. That's what I want to do.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
As for United, well,
Champions League spots, top 4.
it has to be a top 4 finish at least, and
All of Europa League winning.
the Europa League, I don't know who's going to drop down into it because Mourinho did not make it to Europe.
Yeah.
He got knocked out yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
also.
I think so.
So I think he's going to be in the Europa League. So I do not know what
I don't know
I
about
don't know what it's going to look like.
about this new format of playing the Champions League like a league format. I don't know if there are still going to be clubs dropping down to the Europa League spot.
Oh no one's dropping
Okay,
anywhere.
okay,
So I don't think anyone's dropping anywhere because it's 32 teams.
Yeah.
I think it's always been 32 teams.
Yeah,
isn't
let's
it?
say 2 years.
So it's 32 teams, and then everyone gets to like play 8 selected players. You get to play 8 selected, like 8 matches basically,
Yeah.
and then the top 8 qualify for the upper round.
Yeah.
What you'd call the round of 16, if you will,
Yeah.
right? Or no, the quarterfinals, if you will.
Yeah.
So there's a knockout round where everyone from number 9 to number 24
Yeah.
plays against themselves
Yeah.
to find out who is going to join
The other 8.
as the last 16,
Yeah.
right? Now those from 25 down, they're knocked out.
Yeah.
That's the end of the road for you.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, it's random. It's very, very random. So
Okay.
we don't know how it's going to be. We don't know who we are going to play yet. We just know that it's something exciting to look forward to. So what I
Yeah.
can say is I'm just hoping for a top 4 finish
Yeah.
this season for United. And a trophy or two would be nice.
Which
Even if
trophies?
it's to win the FA Cup again.
Okay.
To
Back
win
to
the
back.
FA Cup again and the Europa League. Won't be so bad.
Okay, yeah.
To say we win the league is a stretch because, I mean, City have not strengthened much and they've got their own pending case
Yeah.
that they're working on.
Yeah.
You know, the 115 and everything. So that's where it's going
115.
to start. Yeah, the 115. It's going to start soon. So we don't know what's going to happen to them. We do not know how Arsenal are going to start this season.
Okay.
In as much as we know
Arsenal
that,
is a good.
no, in as much as we know that they are not going to win it.
Are you sure?
No, they're never going to win.
This might be that season.
It's not this year.
Okay.
We said this last year. It wasn't last year.
Hmm.
Because as long as there is a God, as long as there is a God, Arsenal cannot win that. Again,
Okay.
no.
Don't let them hear
Maybe when we have another
Those
COVID,
fans.
maybe when we have another COVID outbreak,
Okay.
maybe COVID 30,
Okay.
they can win the league, just like Liverpool did. Maybe then. But
Okay.
as far as there is a God, no, Arsenal cannot win the league.
Okay.
It's not possible because they've got good things going for them. They've
Yeah.
got great defense.
Yeah.
Now, the defense is locked
Yeah,
down.
I think this is the best their defense has been for a long
Their
time.
defense
Like
is locked down
very
completely.
concrete defense.
And then the Calafiori guy that they bought, he's not bad. I've seen a few of his clips. He's not bad.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
is it really necessary to do the whole 4 center backline thing?
So that
You really
we'll
have to
leave
do
that
that?
for Arsenal
But
fans.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But what I know is that I can't say United will win the league first time of asking.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many omens that could point to it.
Okay.
We lost the Community Shield.
Yeah.
We signed Matthias de Ligt.
Yeah.
Ah, great. 2 great omens and blah, blah, blah. Doesn't mean we're still sitting in the league. Liverpool haven't looked bad under slots in the preseason. Big Ange and Spurs are still a problem. They've got great signings already this summer. And, well, Chelsea is Chelsea. They're not going to bother anybody. They spend money.
You can't say those they have a lot of players too though.
Yeah, lots of players, and then they gave it to a relatively new coach. Again,
Yeah.
who knows how long that guy's going to last. Perhaps by November they'd hire Lampard again for his third spell. You never know. So yeah, I can't say they win the
Fellow
league,
Chelsea.
but a top 4 finish and at least maybe 1 or 2 trophies would be so bad.
Okay.
1 or 2 trophies would be so bad.
Okay, that's good.
So yeah, that's what I feel should be
Yeah,
that end.
that's good. So I think we have had a lot of conversations.
Mm-hmm. And I've already started talking about transfers already before.
Yeah.
You've mentioned Kylian Mbappe. Let's talk about the other stellar signing. The person who, watched when God created Adam and Eve. And, he was there when Oppenheimer did the whole atomic bomb. Yeah, he was there. When they nailed Jesus to the cross, he was there as well. Endrick.
Oh.
He's not been very stellar during preseason.
Yeah.
And there's not been a lot talked about him. We know he's only like 16, 17
Yeah, I
years
think
of
he's 18.
age. Is he?
I think
Well,
he's
I
18.
mean, he's still a young
Yeah.
Like, he's a very young.
Yeah.
But like, let's talk about that signing because everyone just seems to be talking about Kylian Mbappe, but it's just kind of taking attention away from Hendrick.
Okay.
But we remember him.
Okay.
We remember him because
He'll be there.
he's someone who is talking about Bobby Charlton and Pele, which means he was there. So let's talk about him today.
Yeah. Okay. Hendrick. It's a good signing, but what? Because the fan base is a bit divided. Because obviously, Madrid fans, we are a very demanding fan base. Understand?
The most
So
demanding fan
rightly
base in the
so.
world.
But the thing is, if you look at his games, look at his football, look at the way he plays the game, you see the raw talent. Is there. Is there. But there's still some work that he has that I think is needed to be done.
Mm.
You understand? He needs to brand the football, for lack of a better term. He needs to brand the football properly to fit that standard, to fit that eye test. Because now you can see the raw talent, the way he moves with the ball. It's just like Vinny early days. Vinicius, yeah.
I was going to
It's just
bring
it's
down.
just like
I
the
was going to
Vinicius
bring
early
down.
days when we had Vinicius. You could see the talent, but the decision making, when to pass the ball, when to make that final decision to shoot or to pass or to make the right turn, he was missing it. But after couple of seasons of work from the coaches, the legends around the club, so he was able to arguably be one of the best players. So I think that would be the same case for Hendrick. Hendrick just needs to be focused, just stay out of injuries, just make sure whenever he comes in, he gives one or two performances. Then every time and season and games, we're able to see the growth in his game. Then it will be okay.
Do you think it's going to be a case like the other side of Spain with the stellar Brazilian signing that they made when they got Vitor Roca?
No,
Do you think that Vitor Roca and Hendrick might end up scamming the world and say, "Oh yeah, we are Brazilian, but we don't have the
we are,
passports.
we are not meant for this.
We are really from Guinea, Conakry." Do you think that would be
Yeah.
the case?
I don't think it's possible. It's possible with these young players, but you can't really. Not everybody is like. In as much as I hate to say it, like Yami Yama, that has that very. You can see the rawness, the talent is there. It does not even need any refining. It's just there. So with the way the decision making with the ball, how it moves. So I think for Vitor Roca and Hendrick, let me just focus on Hendrick. I think he just need more time to work on himself. Because I think most of the Brazilian players coming in, they have the talent and everything to work as a player, but I think they really have to, when you move to Europe, when you go to this Premier League, La Liga, so it's a different football pattern, it's a different style. So they have to train them, different trainings, different work for them to become that kind of player that should be a world beater, if you understand what I mean. So that's what I expect for Hendrick. But there are some fan base saying, "Oh, we need to start Hendrick." Now, just stay one
You
side.
can ease him in, man.
Just stay one side.
I feel you
It
can
should be
ease him
used.
in.
It should be used for maybe Copa del Rey.
Not necessarily. He could still play La Liga games, in my honest opinion. I just feel like, because he's a young player, it's his first season in Europe, so perhaps ease him in.
Yeah.
Make it easy for him to come into the team. Take the pressure off him. Don't
Okay.
make him look like, you are our savior, you are our hope. We need you to turn up now. Stuff like that.
That's what some fan bases.
That's what some people want, but
Yeah.
that's not the way it should
No.
be. That's not the way it should be.
Yeah.
Because the young player, these young players, there's a way you work with them, particularly the high potential ones. You work with them until they can get to that
level, yeah.
that level where they can consistently do what you want them to do.
Yeah.
So that they don't burn out now quickly like Pedri.
Okay.
Because
That's one name.
Yeah, Pedri, maybe Ozil, Rooney, because they were very good very quickly.
Yeah, raw talent.
But then as they got older, you could still see bits and quality, but you could see that they were already burnt out.
Yeah.
So that's why they didn't have as long careers as they should have had.
Yeah.
So
hopefully, Hendrick, it's a good player. It's a good player. So, yeah.
Yeah. So you want to hear on my end?
Yeah.
For transfers. Okay, so it's a new ownership. It's a new day at Man United, and it may have not been what we wanted, but we got someone who finally led us away from the Glazers.